Except calories, trans fatty acid consumption does not add any value to a food or provide any nutrients, but causes many health risks. Regular consumption of trans fatty acids can alter lipid profile, cause dyslipidemia, cause endothelial dysfunction. It decreases insulin sensitivity and thus may lead to diabetes. It is also known to cause breast cancer, colon cancer. Then among pregnant women, preterm births, preeclampsia, and also in the newborns, it has been shown to cause disorders of nervous system and problems in vision. Studies conducted at NIN showed that chronic consumption of trans fatty acids induces progression of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Then even 2% energy intake from trans fatty acid is known to induce insulin resistance. And among pregnant women, 1% energy intake per day is also known to predispose the offsprings to insulin resistance in adult life. And restricting the intake of trans fatty acid during pregnancy is that much more important. Eliminating trans fatty acid from the diet is known to confer health benefits, including reduction of CVD related incidence and mortality. And most of these health risks associated with trans fatty acid consumption has been attributed to inflammation, oxidative stress, then lipid peroxidation due to high levels of trans fatty acids in the plasma. Then what are the foods that are associated with high consumption of trans fatty acids in our routine? It is bakery products or sweets or fried food stuff, savories made with using partially hydrogenated vegetable oils that are high in um, trans fatty acid levels. In 2006, WHO recommended that trans fatty acid intake should be less than 1% energy, that is 2 grams per day per person, consuming if you consume 2000 calories per day, and suggested a global phasing out of trans fats. Following this, a national consultation on trans fat regulation was held at NIN on 29 Jan 2010. In the meeting, NIN and FSSAI concluded that trans fatty acid content of the vegetable oils should be less than 10%, and also it was decided to gradually reduce the level of TFA. Accordingly, FSSAI implemented the trans fat regulation from July 2013 and proposed to reduce the trans fats to 2% in partially hydrogenated vegetable oils by 2020. Current regulation permits up to 5% TFA in partially hydrogenated vegetable oils in India. Trans fat intake should be zero, and also it is important to develop new technologies for hydrogenation of oils which should produce zero trans fats, at the same time preserve the desirable properties. This is very important, and it is not only the responsibility of the regulators, but it also should be the responsibility of other stakeholders, including consumers. We should make commitment to avoid consumption of trans fatty acid rich foods such as sweets, savories, and bakery stuffs made with partially hydrogenated vegetable oils that are high in trans fatty acids. And for better health, and we should also strive towards a healthy and progressive India. Thank you.